Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Poke's Your channel and the Guitar Letter System. Um, this video is about a guitar that just came in yesterday, and man, I've never seen a back like this. 40 years of buying and selling and collecting, playing guitars. I've never seen a Brazilian rosewood back this highly figured. You can judge for yourself. Look around the net. This is the most artistic. I almost want to call it an LSD figured back. It just looks unbelievable. The patterns on it. Hopefully you can see this. For some reason, when I take a photo with my phone, it really shows up good. If you want to see the photo from my phone, you can text me 714-548-0385. But this is very rare because I've had other Alvarez made in Japan from the 70s guitars that were the same model, 5048, but they didn't look like this. There's a lot of rarity involved. Anyway, and by the way, some people have asked me why I don't show my face more. So I'm not shy. I'm the opposite of shy, guys and gals. I'm trying to go for tone. That's why I have the guitar closer to my Zoom recorder. I'm not worried about showing my face. I just, I'm trying to share the tone of guitars. That's why I don't worry about, showing my whole self, my face, yada, yada, yada. It's not because I'm shy. But anyway, this back on this thing is just unbelievable. Hopefully you can see this. And this guitar really has a voice. Going to be very difficult to sell. And sometimes people email me and say, oh, you say all your guitars are great. Well, I know what I'm doing, guys. I know what I'm doing. And if you've bought a guitar from me, you know it's not bullshit. I really work hard to find great guitars, and I know a lot about guitars. I've been doing this over 40 years, and I cherry pick guitars. I work hard to find the great ones. I attract great guitars. And if I say a guitar is a great guitar, it has a magic mojo. It's not bullshit. It's true. Um, if I could see every guitar I've ever bought and sold in a room, it'd be mind blowing. But anyway, this guitar just sounds unreal. It really does. It sounds as good as it looks, which is kind of cool, right? So I'm not trying to show off here. I'm not real warmed up as usual, but I love Dadgad. Don't email me and say, oh, play it in normal tuning. I love Dadgad. I like to play in alter tunings, and it makes me happy. I do what I like to do. By the way, I'm looking for investors for Poke's Your channel and coffeechannel.com. If you'd like to make some money, be part of something really cool, something really innovative, something cutting edge, something that has what I call market magnetism, send me your phone number. I'll call. We'll talk about it. Not a pressure thing at all. Looking for total capitalization of $5 million, and I personally believe it's going to sell for a huge amount of money. Anyway, it's not an overnight thing, though. Anyway, I just want you to hear this. What's interesting about the Brazilian rosewood is it has kind of a chime quality to it. It's kind of hard to explain, but it doesn't have just the dark rosewood sound. It's got a mid-range, kind of trebly mid-bass chime quality to the rosewood gives it. And I've had this argument with different people. I believe when a wood is highly figured, it even has more resonance and more quality. And if you think about it, the soil could have, there could be a lot of more nutrients in the soil where the wood came from. Somebody might have, had to clear out a certain area and had to cut down some rock. There could have been crystal in the rock. The crystal gets into the soil. Crystal amplifies. Same thing with like the old Stradivarius violins. A lot of them were made from docks where the ocean water hit the docks for hundreds of years. So the nutrients in the water from the ocean kind of treated the wood, made it more resonant. I think the same thing can happen on land where, maybe, more nutrients were in the soil. Like I said, maybe somebody cleared out certain sections and maybe crystal crystal, which they use in amplifiers. It amplifies energy. Crystal amplifies things. Maybe more crystal got into the soil, more nutrients. Maybe certain animals hung out in that area. But anyway, I believe that when wood is highly figured, it's more resonant. But this guitar has a quality to the tone which is pretty damn impressive, man. Hopefully you can hear that. Again, not a performance, just I've already got some people that want to hear this guitar. Really got a sound. Anyway, I don't know, man. I've never seen the back with this much artistic Brazilian rosewood patterns. That, to me, the patterns on this back is just unbelievable. Hopefully you can see it. But yeah, this guitar really has a sound. I was playing it last night for a couple hours, and it's starting to really open up because it probably hasn't been played that much, But yeah, it really, really has a tone. Yeah, I work really hard to find great guitars, and I attract great guitars because of my intentionality, my intentions, and my focus. Hear that? The way that mid-range just kind of jumps up. Got the, and I'll tell you, man, this guitar barks, baby. Baby's got back. But this guitar barks. I'm not even kidding. If you've never had a guitar that barks, it's really a trip. You'll be playing it, and you just kind of hear this barky tone. It's kind of hard to explain, but you get really easy to hear. But that's the thing I love about Brazilian rosewood. It barks, Most guitars that bark, that I've had, usually have the Brazilian. But anyway, this thing just, like I said, this pattern. Like I said, if you want to see my picture I took with my phone, for some reason it just came out really good. You can text me at 714-548-0385. But yeah, pretty stoked on this. It's funny, things come in waves with me. Sometimes I don't buy a guitar for months. I recently bought 3, and they're all made in Japan. Again, not a performance, just anyway, again, just wanted to show this guitar, model 5048, made in Japan in the 70s. This guitar is probably 50 years old. Again, I've never seen a back this highly figured. I'd like to say this is one of the most artistic and highly figured Brazilian rosewood backs I've ever seen, and it sounds as good as it looks. It's not. I don't think it's just the pattern. I think highly figured wood is more resonant. It's more mature. It's got more Mother Nature swirling around in it. Like I said, maybe the nutrients in the soil came from dead trees and animals, and maybe somebody did a clearing where certain types of rock that had a lot of crystal in it might have been in the soil. Crystal amplifies, but old wood is just more resonant, and wood that's been treated with the right nutrients, But yeah, this is a pretty interesting guitar. I could not put it down last night. I was just playing the hell out of it. Hear that it's the mid-range, like I always talk about. It's the magic mid-range and mid-bass where the magic lives, guys and gals. I just have 11ths on it. I got a lot going on today, so yeah, just wanted to show this guitar. But yeah, I love stuff like this. Yeah, nothing sounds as good as old 50-year-old Brazilian rosewood, man. It's kind of cold here right now. It's a little hard to play. So not a performance, just letting a few people hear the guitar. This is for a collector, though. This is a guitar for a collector. The way it just jumps out the tone. Amazing. So a short demo. What an interesting sounding guitar, though. And I'm just using a Zoom. I think it's a Q3. I paid $100 for it. Nothing else. No other EQ or magic or anything. Listen to that mid-range and mid-bass. That's just beautiful. to stop right there. Just a quickie, not a performance. Just want you to hear the guitar. It isn't Dadgad. I don't want to hear people whining about why am I playing in alter tunings. I love alter tunings. I'm going to use them a lot, okay? I just wrote another, well, I won't go into all that right now. Anyway, what a guitar, huh? I love this stuff, man. But anyway, recently picked up a few guitars. Comes in spurts, but yeah, dude, I've been doing this for 40 plus years. I really know guitars. There's special elements I look for in guitars that I buy, and I chase them. And it's not easy. It takes months sometimes to find the kind of stuff I'm looking for. But, yeah, I couldn't put this thing down last night. I could not stop playing it because it just has such a tone, man, Oh, I want to mention when I unboxed this guitar, this is not bullshit either. It was really well packed, but it didn't have a case, so I had a bunch of kind of like super big bubble wrap that has those big long little sections about this long. It was packed really really well, but around some of the guitar was the very very thin bubble wrap, and when I just took off some of the really thin bubble wrap with the real small little pockets, this started to hum. I mean, and I just barely moved some of the bubble wrap off certain parts of the guitar, and the guitar started to hum. I was just like, wow, yeah. Hear that? It's the overtone series, man. My God. 50-year-old Alvarez 5048. But I've seen other 5048s. I've never seen a 50. People got to realize that every model of a guitar is not etched in stone. I mean, I recently picked up an Ibanez, I think Concord 677, but most Concords that I've looked at around have like, the maple back and blah, 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 blah. This one has a rosewood back. I mean, things aren't etched in stone, especially guitars that were made in the 70s and 80s. The model number isn't always consistent with the design components. It's not always the same. I've had other 5048s, and I've looked around the net. I've never seen a 5048 like this. I heard a story from somebody who I know who actually used to live in Japan for a long time, and they said there was a group of luthiers that lived in the mountains of Japan that they all worked for different companies. Some of them kind of bounced around doing work for different companies depending on what contracts they were involved with. But they used to get together almost like poker night and compare guitars and buy and sell with each other and trade wood and talk about design things. I think they shared secrets, I don't know if they had a name for the organization. It was kind of an underground thing. I think a fight club, but we're not talking fighting, right? But anyway, this guy said that he heard that there was this group of luthiers that were highly, highly skilled that lived in the mountains of Japan that would get together once every couple of weeks or whatever and share knowledge and sometimes share wood and stuff. But I think this is some extremely rare wood, and it's not just pretty. It really, really, as you can hopefully can hear that, it just really has a tone. All right, folks, take care. Let's all keep the positive faith. Ciao.